Dear English postgraduates, greetings to all of you. Welcome to the Fluency School of English for preparing for the PGT or the English examination. In this program, Act 2 from Macbeth is to be dealt with. Please be with me. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, that you will be getting all my future posts. And another request is, make your comments and suggestions and any clarification you can be free to communicate to me. Thank you. Be with me until last. Macbeth Act 2 Scene 1 Gist. Place Macbeth's castle in Inverness. Banquo and his son Fiennes walk in late night. Macbeth enters. Banquo is surprised. Banquo says that the king is asleep. Macbeth claims that he has not thought of the prophecy of witches. Actually, it's a lie. Macbeth is always thinking of it, but he is telling a lie to Banquo. Banquo and Fiennes leave. Macbeth has a vision of a dagger floating in the air before him, its handle pointing toward him and its tip aiming toward Duncan. Macbeth tries to grasp the weapon and fails. He sees blood on the blade. Macbeth stiffens and resolves to do his bloody work. A bell tolls. It's a signal from Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth, by the sound of the bell, informs the chamberlains are asleep. Macbeth strides towards Duncan's chamber. Act 2, Scene 2, Gist. Lady Macbeth enters. Hearing Macbeth's cry, she worries that the chamberlains are awakened. She asserts that she would have killed the king herself. Had he not resembled her father as he slept. Actually, King Duncan resembles her father, so that she hesitates to kill him. Macbeth emerges his hands covered in blood and says that the deed is done. Macbeth remarks that the chamberlains were awake and said their prayers before going back to sleep. Macbeth tried to say amen with them but could not, because his guilty conscience speaks to him, so that he could not say amen. Macbeth thought he heard a voice cry out, "Sleep no more, Macbeth, does murder sleep." The passages in red colors are the actual quotations. Lady Macbeth tries to revitalize her husband, but she becomes angry when she notices that Macbeth has not left the daggers with the sleeping chamberlains so as to frame them for Duncan's murder. He refuses to go back into the room. Lady Macbeth takes the daggers into the room herself. She rebukes him for his cowardliness. Macbeth hears a mysterious knocking. Frightened, Macbeth asks desperately, "Will all Neptune's version was this blood? Clean from my hand." Lady Macbeth leads her husband back to the bedchamber, where he can wash the blood. She tells him, "A little water clears this deed." She feels murder of King is not a big matter to be worried of, so that she uses such a quotation, "A little water clears of this deed." Act 2, Scene 3, Porter stumbles to answer to the knocking door. He compares himself to Porter at the gates of hell and asks, "Who is there?" The name of Beelzebub. Beelzebub is the head of the devils in the hell. Macduff and Lennox enter. Macduff complains about the porter's slow response. He says that he was drunken. He adds that drink also provokes and unprovokes lechery. It inclines one to be lustful, but takes away the ability to have sex. Act 2, Scene 4, Gist. Ross then walks outside the castle with an old man. They discuss the strange, ominous happenings of the past few days. Macduff emerges from the castle and tells Ross that Macbeth has been made king by the other lords, and that he now rides to Scone to be crowned. Macduff suspects the Chamberlains of the murderers. Suspicion has now fallen on the two princes also, Malcolm and Donalbain, because they have fled the scene. Macduff returns to his home at 5. Ross departs from Scone to see the new king's coronation. Thank you. Best wishes.